the Jodhpur team to host us in this beautiful city. For me, Rajasthan is not a destination. Rajasthan is where I was born and brought up, so it is homecoming for me. And GHSG, you and your team, and the warmth you have given us and the way you have hosted us is making this occasion so special. So, thank you so much. What is unique about NIFT? What is that NIFT stands for? And when you are answering that question, it is not that, our infrastructure or our programs, it's about our credibility which we have built over years. It's about strength of our faculty, the depth of our faculty. It is more like a promise. NIFT is a promise to our students, NIFT is a promise to the parents who leave their kids with us, promise of creative depth, technological rigor, industry alignment, managerial understanding. It's a promise that we are not going to get you a job, we are going to create a personality and an identity. So that actually is in place if we have to be future ready. And that is the place from where we started, and that brought about the first pillar, that was placement, because for the whole world, that is something which is outward looking, that is how we are judged, that is how the parents, the first and the last lens through which the parents sees us is placement. I'm very glad to say we were able to place 80% people this time, and that was a remarkable success. But placement is not a statistics, it's actually a signal. We have to read that signal so that we understand how to develop a strategy and a system. Like, it shows us that through pre-placement offers, we are able to place 30% of our students. That's a huge number. We do not really tap that pipeline. We also see that only 25% of the companies actually keep coming back. Rest are all new that we mine. That means the teams who are actually undertaking the placements are not only doing that, they are also rebuilding the trust. And that's a huge work. So while we are thinking here and we are together here, we should be thinking how we are going to be making our pre-placement pipeline stronger, how we are going to be tapping in the new venues, emerging fields for the students, how we strengthen our recruitment, recruiters' continuation with us, and the most important, how do we systematically groom our students? Because the package which we are putting out in the market should be in alignment what recruiters are looking at. From there, the first pillar came into existence. And then, of course, the natural offshoot of that pillar was entrepreneurship. You look at what is happening in the West, maybe entrepreneurship is the need of the hour. We need to have people who have mindset of creating something of their own. We have included subjects. We are, in our own curriculum, we are trying to enhance or groom the entrepreneurship thinking. But you and me both know that that's not enough. We really need to have an entrepreneurship ecosystem. If we are telling somebody in a class, what about a startup and how do we start, and somebody says, yeah, I think I can create something. What do we have to offer to that kid then who turns back and says that we want to create something? We have to have angel investors, we have to have infrastructure, we have to have incubation base, we have to have mentorship pipelines. They are the must. We need to think them, we need to groom them, we have to bring them into existence so that we are able to make an entrepreneur who's not hesitant, but an entrepreneur who's confident, supported and fully funded. That is where our second pillar came from. Let's stop and say that, are we actually in alignment with the future? Students are changing, technology is changing, aspirations are changing. Are we changing enough that what we are offering is in line with the aspiration of the stakeholders? Can we actually truly say that the course structure which we currently have is in alignment with future, or is it the comfort of the past. We really need to stop and think about that. I think the question we should be actually asking us is, if we were designing NIFT today, will this be the structure we'll be looking at? And if this is the structure which we are looking at, then we should confidently say, yes, we have arrived, we have figured it all out, we are right, we're in the right place. But if the answer is maybe or no, then in that case we should be able to find courage within ourselves to bring about that change. Because future is where we are headed. For now, this model is working. Will it be working for 20 years is something which we really need to see. And that was the pillar number 3, admissions and national programs. We were handheld, we were groomed, we learned, we evolved, we became the leaders. I can say we are the leaders nationally. But what about the global presence? It is not about numbers, it's not really about buildings. It's about having a global footprint. It's about having academic expansions. Should we not be looking at pushing our boundaries literally and virtually? Should we not be taking up some institutes who are looking up on us as somebody to mentor them? I think it's time, if we are looking at building a brand, that should be the next obvious step forward, that we have a global presence. So that brings us to our vertical, global presence. We are looking at growth, we are looking at recognition, we are looking at recognition, we are looking at honor, we are looking at that. So we are working on that vertical in head office and guidance of DG ma'am, because at the end of the day, it's not only the systems that make an institute, it's a fulfilled human that also contributes probably as much or maybe a little more, because the systems are run by humans at the end of the day. So excellence also needs rework. Evolving again, because that also loses its edge after some time. And not because, again, it was weak, just because we were not keeping pace with time. So not just to reflect, but to decide. Not just to discuss, but to design the future of NIFT. If we leave this room with clarity, courage, and commitment, that itself is transformational.